Hi my salty pecans, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Pamela, and on today's video I am going to be showing you all my most expensive plants. Yes, in no particular order. I am going to be showing you the plants that are the most priciest in my collection, and obviously this is not to let anyone, tell anyone to go out and buy these plants, spend a lot of money on these plants. I'm going to explain a little bit of backstory on these plants, just to actually show you that you don't have to spend a boatload of money to obtain, pricier, more expensive, more rare plants. So if you're interested in just my collection, a little bit of my backstories, then keep on watching. So welcome back, everyone. Okay, I guess in honestly no particular order, I am just going to just start picking the plants. I have them on the table right here, and you might be able to see like one, or maybe this one you might be able to see, but I'm gonna just start off with this plant right here. This is my beautiful Hoya serpens. I absolutely love this Hoya. This is one of my fastest growing Hoyas. This is one of my most prolific growing Hoyas. This is one of my just most recommended, really easy Hoyas. This Hoya, I'm like, can we count how many times I'm gonna say Hoya, right? So this particular Hoya, the Hoya serpens, likes higher humidity. It likes a bit of a moister sort of substrate. So if you do notice your serpens is struggling a little bit, then definitely maybe water it a bit more often. Keep the soil a bit more moist. Make sure the pot is heavier versus lighter. But this plant on the market, I believe when I purchased it, I don't remember exactly how much I spent. I'm gonna try to like add it here if I could find it. But this plant, goes for a pretty penny right now in the plant market. So I'm absolutely happy that I was able to get this plant at the price that I did get it when I got it last year. The next plant is definitely my Philodendron lupinum. This is one of the newer acquisitions in my collection. I believe this is the newest plant in general in my collection. I purchased this from a planty friend on Instagram this past November, and it started off as just, one stick. The leaves were not very happy. I'm actually going to tag the update on this plant because it did not look very nice when it first arrived to me, and it's so happy now. It's beautiful, it's growing, and I'm just gonna keep trying to make it happy to have it give me more nice growth. But this is not a plant that I see very much out there, so if I do try to buy this, it does go for a pretty penny. But definitely Philodendron lupinum, I got it really affordably, and try to see if you could find somebody that's selling it for cheaper or someone who's willing to trade. Woo! So this next plant is my Hoya Swiffer's Tail. So this is actually the most expensive plant in my collection. I spent the most money on this plant. I paid $150 for this little piece of turd. Literally a piece, literally is a piece of turd. But I knew what I was paying. I understood I was spending a lot of money, but that's because I wanted this plant really badly, and this is not something that can be mass produced. This is a slow sort of growing Hoya, and it is also a hybrid. It's a hybrid of the Hoya fungii and the Hoya motoski. It was created by Rick, and it's named after his kitty boo, Swiffer. So this is the most expensive plant that I purchased. And that's my cats fighting. This is the most expensive plant that I purchased in my collection, and it's like the smallest plant also. Ooh, so moving a little bit away, I guess, from Hoyas. This is a Rhaphidophora decursiva, and this is in the young juvenile form. This plant was acquired via trade. A random person decided to message me on Instagram and asked if I was willing to trade a cutting of another plant. I agreed. They gave me like the option between this and a more mature form. I decided to get the more immature form to just watch this grow over time, and I ended up spending $0 because I could justify trading the cutting of what I traded for this, and I would not go back and change anything about that. So this, I do know, mature form is a little pricey, but again, if you can acquire something via trade, then definitely do it. You don't have to go out and spend an arm and a leg for plants. So the next two plants are actually not purchased together. They were purchased at different times, but we're speaking about expensive plants in my collection. These are the Pink Princess Philodendron. This I purchased as a Pink Princess Philodendron, and this one I purchased it as a reverted Pink Princess Philodendron. And all of the original foliage are no longer on this plant, but with some experimenting, because I did purchase this, you know, to experiment, to, you know, I literally just purchased it to experiment it to see if I can adjust the conditions and see if the plant would give me favorable results. And so far, you know, it has been working with the adjustments that I give it when I think it needs to be adjusted. But this plant right here, the original leaf, I'm just going to keep showing it off until it no longer exists. And gotta spit 3 times. So this is the original foliage right here. This one is the original leaf. This started off as just a cutting, and it was just one leaf, and this plant has gone ahead and gave me 3 plants. And I've mentioned this in the past, but how to know the 3 different plants is when you're looking at the half moons. So 1 half moon here, 2 half moons here, and then the 3rd half moon is somewhere on here. But, or maybe the half moon dried, but either way, there's 3 plants in here. Okay, and this one I spent $24 on it. This was last spring. This was a much smaller plant, and I decided to just purchase it, and it definitely is looking like how you want it to look. But the reason that I show these, because these plants are going for a lot more now, but if you are able to find them for cheaper, definitely try and get your hands on it. You might have to pick up a reverted one and experiment to have it turn into a Pink Princess, or if you find a cutting for a justifiable price, then definitely get your hands on it, let it root, and watch your beauty just continue to blossom. So these are the next plants that definitely, especially with 3, are definitely pretty pricey on the plant market. The next plant is my Hoya Polyneura Broguette. We all know, well, not all, but many of us know and love the Hoya Polyneura, which is just the mermaid's tail, the fishtail sort of Hoya that does bloom and makes these beautiful flowers. I always get peduncles, right? I always get peduncles that never just mature. So it's a cute little peduncle, but if you have Hoya Polyneura, like, flowering tips, share down in the comment section below with me, okay? Stop, Jinx. No, no, don't jump, don't jump, don't jump, don't jump, no, no. So this is not very common like the regular green. This is beautiful. Definitely, if you're able to get your hands on a Hoya Polyneura Broguette, get your hands on one, or the regular Polyneura, it doesn't matter, okay? And yeah, next pricey plant in my collection, because it's not super duper common, and it's beautiful. Alright, my salty pecans, so I know I look different. It is the next day. My camera had shut off and I had no more battery or memory space. Like, what are the odds? But just my luck. So I want to show you all the last plant in this video, in this collection. It is my beautiful Monstera alboborsigiana. It's a mouthful, I know. My variegated Swiss cheese plant, my variegated Monstera albo. It is so beautiful, and this plant I actually acquired because it was gifted to me by a lovely salty pecan, Hannah, and this plant is actually named after Hannah, so thank you so much. This is Hannah the albo. She is amazing and I love it. Love her so much. Her parent plant is actually named Albus. So, you know, plants do their own thing, and you can choose to gender your plants or not. That is up to you. But this is Hannah my albo, and this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked any of these plants, if you have any of them, if you were able to snag them back in the day when they were a bit more affordable, let me know. And also, if you're looking for any plants that I might have been speaking about, and if you're also selling any of the plants that I'm speaking about, you know, shout yourself down in the comment section below. And you never know, somebody might be willing to gift, sell, or trade these plants at a rate that you can afford to also return the profits to them, or if they're willing to gift a plant to you. The number one thing I would definitely recommend is make friends, make genuine friends, and just be genuinely you, because I know now the plant market is really, it's hard to grow a collection without spending an arm and a leg in this market, in this economy, especially during the times that we're in. So I tell no one to rush into buying plants. I tell no one to spend money just because they like it. Think about it, take your time. These are living, breathing things. These are things that, you know, depending on what you do, might react a certain way that you might not like. So take your time in growing your collection. Take your time in spending money on what you want to get, because just because it's pretty doesn't mean that it's going to react how you want it in your home. Okay, everyone? So with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, my salty pecans. If you liked it, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up and sharing. Subscribe if you aren't already. Join this little cookie family because we're pretty awesome here. Become a salty pecan, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's get growing. Bye.